a relaxing atmosphere and activities for all ages. Tennis, swimming, and a playground. But the fun doesn't stop after dark. There's even a bar and an arcade. And if you aren't ready to go home yet, we've even got a spacious room for your comfort, complete with air conditioning, Wi-Fi, and a private bathroom. The Toucan Mall can also facilitate your event in our spacious conference hall. We also have a theater with films for the entire family. It's the Toucan Mall located in Amelia's Ward, Linden.
Alrighty, we are almost on time today, and it's beautiful to know that we're here, we're live, we are alive, and it's another beautiful Thursday afternoon, going into the evening, and I want to welcome you to our program once again today. It's your favorite health program, and I know many of you are watching and waiting and, have all your questions and your ears all open, listening, which is good, because you have a lot that you can learn. And then you may have a lot of questions. Hopefully I can answer them. I want to say good evening to you and welcome to our program once again. This week really went by very quickly. And I used to stop. I never used to really look at the news after a while, because everything that I saw, some of it, really made me kind of sick to the stomach. And I stopped reading the papers. I stopped because when you open the paper, you don't even have to open it. When you look at the front page, it's just so disgusting. And I said I'm not going to read the paper anymore, but Oliver, I guess he's seen too well now. Oliver brings the paper and he puts it in front of me and he said, "Doc, look, this is today's paper." And he shows me the news, and it's just disgusting to look at it. I don't know when we're going to realize that we are a country of lots of young people who are jobless, who are not educated to the levels where they can just, go out there and make something happen. And many of them don't have any ideas to start a business, but they still need to live. They still need to eat, and they still need to wear, and they want to have all of the latest of everything, and they want to have money in their pocket, but they have no jobs, and some of them don't want to work. I was discussing with someone today, looking back a little bit, and we were talking about what to do, solutions. We know what the problems are. We know that the youths are in whatever state they're in, and we know that pretty much nobody cares. But what is the solution? What really is the solution? Well, the first thing is that we are responsible individually for our own destiny. We are responsible for our own destiny. And I wish the youths could all tune in today, because I don't think they realize that they are responsible for what happens to them tomorrow. God makes you wake up. And if he makes you wake up, if he allows you to wake up, what are you going to do tomorrow? You're going to lay down in the bed, get up, put on some clothes, maybe find something to eat, piece of bread or something like that, maybe a piece of tennis roll and some cheese or butter if you have any. And you're going to go on the road and lime all day. You're going to gamble, play cards, don't know where you get the money from, play dominoes, interfere with people in the streets. And some of you are going to commit crimes. Well, it is about time that the authorities, or those who are responsible, put something in place. We had it. It's called national service. If you don't have a job, and you don't have a skill, and you're not very educated, then you can learn something. You can learn something so that you can empower yourself. You can become a part of a solution instead of part of a problem. It's about time that we bring it back I don't care what you call it. It needs to come back. And the youths that are on the street who are not educated, because let me tell you something. I know for a fact that most of those youths want to do something. They want to do something honest. Most of them. But there's nothing available. To them, there's nothing available. You know? Back in the days, and even today, you know, it's funny I'm talking about this. I have a friend who lives in Florida. He's not Guyanese. He served in the military, so did I. Whenever we meet, we always take time to sit at the table and find some invention of some sort. Come up with some idea. You know? And I always say, whenever I sit with you, I have to have time, because there's a lot of time we sit and we don't idle. When we sit, we talk about realities. We look at concepts. We look at what we can do, what we can come up with. And we just did, you know, just the other day I was there. And he, you know, another idea came up. And we would sit and bounce things around. And out of normal conversations come ideas. Kids, guys, girls, put your heads together, look at your society around you, and think of solutions to solve issues that you can come up with. There's a whole lot of them. It's a whole lot of them. You know, find someone who's like a think tank, you know, someone who can think. And I know all of you can think. If you can think hard enough to commit a crime and kill somebody, you can think hard enough to find a solution to save somebody. I know you can. You know, put your heads together. Instead of sitting around the domino table or the cards or whatever it is that you do, nothing to gain from, put your brains together. God give you the ability to think, and to think good, to be able to come up with ideas even at your own level that can make a difference in society. You know, if you can't find a job, find an idea. Find an idea that can be placed into somebody's hand that you trust, that can take this idea and help you to become somebody. Not everyone is going to be a graduate out of school. I know that for a fact. Not everyone is going to become a doctor or a lawyer or a priest or you know, no, not everyone. We're not all cut out to do the same things. Some of us are going to be inventors. Some of us are going to be sportsmen and women. Some are going to be musicians. Some are going to be artists. Some are going to be poets, or, you know, we're going to be different things, all of us. But find the reason why you are here. We're here for some reason. Find the reason why you're here. Instead of idling all day doing nothing, think about why you're here, what you can do to make life better for somebody else, not for you. If you think about somebody else to make their lives better, eventually yours will get better. If you think selfish all the time, you ain't going nowhere. Think selfless. What can I do to make my neighbors happy? What can I do? I can think of a million things that you can do to make your neighbors happy. Seriously. Instead of committing crimes, become vigilantes, and you all form a little group, and let the neighbors know, look, all we want from you on a weekly basis is $5. Just an example. Okay? $5 from each of the household, and we're going to look at the property. We're going to make sure that nobody interferes in anything. We're going to have shift system, right? 8 to 4, 4 to 12, 12 to 8. We're going to work a shift system here. And we're going to form a group in this neighborhood that we're going to look after our individual neighbor's property. We're going to walk around, we're going to patrol. Man, you can do all sorts of things. You know, and I'm certain in the state that we're in at the moment, because I'm speaking to people all the time, and people still have the greatest fear that they have is crime. The greatest fear. Somebody invading their privacy, hurting them, killing them, or their neighbors or their children. And it's happening. I don't care what anybody say. It's happening all the time. It's getting worse. And it's getting worse because we don't really care of each other. We're not concerned hardly anymore about life and about you know, the human factor. We're selfish and greedy. That's where we're gone. So we got to bring something in place, in my opinion, to say, look, we've had enough. If you're on the streets and you don't have a job, and you're not in school, or you're not in your mother's or father's business, then we're going to put you in the national service, where you can learn a skill and come out and be beneficial to somebody, or to be beneficial to the neighborhood, or to the country. It needs to happen, man. There's enough going on that is telling us that we've strayed away from the things that make us better. You know, everybody talking about oil, 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 oil. Half of the society, 3/4 of the society ain't gonna benefit from that oil. They're not gonna even touch a thimble that has to do with oil. We still have to eat, we still have to live, we still have to wear, we still have to build houses, we still have to fix cars, we still have to clean houses and buildings, we still have to make furniture, we still have to, you know, these are all industries that we still have to have. And the oil will mind its own business, and that will be chump change. There'll be change in your pocket if anything happens with that. For you, or for me. You know, it's going to happen for some people. I don't know how far it's going to get. But don't depend on that. We still have to live normal, healthy lives. We still have to plant food and vegetables, and we still have to bottle things, and we still have to, you know, we still have to do all sorts of things. You know, all sorts of things we still have to do. So find yourself, find why you're here, and get going. Get going with why you're here. And stop robbing and killing and misbehaving and getting into drugs and all those things. It doesn't, I don't understand why you hurt yourself and you hurt people. You know, it's like, you have no, you know, I always said that if you don't have a reason to want to live, you're certainly going to find a reason to want to die. You know? Every one of us that are here for a purpose. Find your purpose while you're here. Find it. And let's fix our society. The repetition is not good enough. I don't care who tells you what. The reputation in our country is not good in many places. From their own Guyanese standpoint abroad, they see it as a bad place to come. They're afraid to come because when they pick up the paper, it's sheer crime and death and everything else, and who is going to jail. But I'm looking at the news. I just looked at it. I said I wasn't going to look at it, and I decided to look at it. The youths are going to jail. Men, young men going to jail. Why? Because they're doing things that are causing them to be arrested and locked up. Young men. That's why you have all these women out there who are just out there. Because the men that are few are being locked up. And who is not being locked up is conforming and becoming something else. You know? I don't know where we're going, my friends. I really don't know where we're going. Don't know where we're going. I really don't know. I sometimes I wonder if I'm in the right place. Seriously. Because the times are not happy times. I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about you and the people out there who are suffering and punishing and can't find jobs and can't have a place to live decent and can't be able, you're not able to buy foods, you're not able to take care of your health. You know, that's where I'm thinking. Not thinking about me, because I can survive. I'm a survivor. You know, I got many talents. I can do a lot of things. Right now, I'm supposed to be talking to you about your health. But that's part of your health. Because if you're not happy, and you're not comfortable, and you're scared, and you fear, then you're going to have what we call myasthenia. Or neurasthenia, sorry. You're going to have neurasthenia. You know, myasthenia is the one where your muscles are weak in your back. Many of you have myasthenia. You can't even stand up straight. Neurasthenia is when you worry, you're stressed out, you're depressed, you're fatigued, you have anxiety, you can't sleep properly. Many of our Guyanese people have neurasthenia. And you fear of, you're scared. You don't even want to go to bed. You're lying on the bed, if everything that moves, you hear it. You know, we're wrecking the nation, we're wrecking ourselves, and we're just destroying our lives. I want to give you some hope. You know, this is hope This is Hope, Safe TV. Yeah, I want to give you some. I want to give you some hope, and we've done that for many persons. Many people have benefited from the work we do. You know, we at our center we give people hope. You know, we make them feel good. We try to encourage them. We try to change their lives around from a bad state to a good state. Some of the things that you have to do, some of you don't want to make the sacrifices, but it's for your own good. It's for your own benefit. You can't want to be doing the same thing all the time and expect to get different results. If you keep doing the same thing all the time, you're going to get the same results. Trust me, it ain't going to be different. You can't want to eat the same way all the time and expect that you're not going to have a problem that is going to be caused by what you're eating. If you keep eating like that, you're going to end up with the same problems and worse, and that might kill you in the end. You want to get better. You want to feel healthier. You want to live without pain and agony. You want to live a comfortable life where you can grow to be, you know, a good old woman or man. Then you've got to conform to some standards. You've got to conform to some engagements that are destined to take you where you want to go. You know? I looked at the news the other night, and I'm trying to follow, you know, the reporter on the guy who left his family, young man left his family, went into the bush looking for work. He went legally looking for work, you know, and all of a sudden, a few days later, he's gone. They said he drowned. Some rope that was cut from some tug or some boat that fell into the water, and I don't know. It sounds kind of crazy to me. You know, if the rope falls in the water, get a rod and pick it up. Get a rod with a hook and pull it out. Fish it out of the water. If you're going to go into the water, my friends, put on a life jacket. What kind of sense is that? You're going into water that you can't drink. You can't drink all the water without you be going under. I don't care if you could swim or not. You're going into the water, put on a life jacket. At least you will be able to float if something happened to you. I don't understand what happened there. I mean, I couldn't figure it out myself. And the father is all distraught, and he's trying to figure it out himself, and he believes that there's some foul play. I don't know. We don't know the details. We were here, and they were there. You know? But if you're going to go at sea, and you're going to go into the water, I don't care if it's a creek. I don't care if you could swim like Mighty Joe Young. You're going into the water, you're going into the deep, and you can't touch the bottom, put on a life jacket. For heaven's sake, put it on. If the boat doesn't have enough life jackets, it ain't going to sea. That should happen. The boats should be inspected before they leave. If you got 10 men on board, there should at least be 10 life jackets on the boat. One for each man. Many of those boats are out there and they no life jacket on them. And then we're silly. Why are we jumping into water, if we are, without life jacket? Huh? I can swim. I know I can swim. That used to be my life. And I tell you, I ain't going into no ocean or no river without a life jacket. No. If I got to go on a boat, I'm looking to see where the jacket is that's near to me. If anything happens, I want to grab a jacket. As much as I can swim, I still want to grab a jacket. You know why? Because number one, I don't know the temperature of the water under my foot. I don't know the temperature. Number two, I don't know how deep it is. Number three, I don't even know if something is down there waiting for me. You know? So if I got to go into that water, I go in there with something, at least I have a chance. So I don't know, man. I don't know. But that's just another young man who's gone now, and he left, I think, 2 children. That's what I think he left 2 children and a father and a mother. You know, it's crazy. The other thing is, for heaven's sake, why does every young man who doesn't have a good skill have to leave here to go in the bush to work? Why? We can't create nothing else out here? We can't find people who can open industries to produce things? We can't. We can't give incentives to people so they can start businesses, to hire people, to give them jobs and not employment. There's a difference. Why does every young man have to go in the bush? What belongs in the bush? It's the animals, the lions, the tigers, the monkeys. They belong in the bush, not us. You want to go in the bush for hunting? That's a different story. You want to go in the bush to spend a day in there just exploring the bush? Fine. You shouldn't have to go in the bush to work. Shouldn't. You know? So I don't know. I don't know, man. I think I'm in another world somewhere. I'm getting kind of frustrated, to be honest with you. I'm almost at the point where I want to just say, that's it. Had enough. I'm telling you. And I know, I go to the airport and I watch. Sometimes I just watch and I see people leaving here by the dozens. And who's coming here? Coming here to take from here. Some coming to buy from here. Who they buy from is taking from here. I don't know what's going on here. I really don't know. A lot of those who are buying from here are not benefiting the Guyanese who are here. They're benefiting other people who are here, taking out of the Guyanese society. Do you already know what's going on in this economy? That's why we have so many sick people. We have so many sick people because they're stressed and they're hungry and they're sick because they can't get the right type of foods. Talking about that. The chemicals in the foods are just too much. Too much. I have never seen so many chemicals in a human like I'm seeing every day. There are people who are walking around here that are going to be sick and they're not going to get better because they're laden with chemicals and don't even know it. I see it every day here. In my work, I see it every day. I see the mercury, I see the lead, I see the cadmium, I see the mycotoxins, I see all the rubotoxins, I see so much, it just sickens my stomach to know that humans are walking with all of that poison in their bodies. No wonder we have cancer that is so high. No wonder we have people who are going blind all the time. And my operator was just giving me a joke. I know it's a joke. A joke. Because he said there's somebody who make the blind man see again. It's not impossible, you know. But the only man that I know that make the blind man see again was crucified on the cross. Only man I know. We have products that can change what's happening with your vision. It can get rid of a cataract, a glaucoma, you know, it can get rid of the stigmatism, it can get rid of a lot of things out of your eyes. But I'm not sure if you can make a blind man see again. And it's a powerful, natural derivative. It might. But I wish I had the power of that man who touched that eye and make him see again. I just wish I had that power. You know? Make the dead man come out of his coffin. I wish I had that power. I'm going to see if I could find out what I can do to that, to get it naturally. That was awesome, I tell you. But we can do what we can to help you to overcome some of your problems that you're having with your health. But you've got to do some parts. You've got to do some of it. You've got to make the difference because the body has to heal itself. I don't care who tell you what. If that body is not equipped to heal itself, it ain't going to heal. It's not going to heal. It's got to be equipped to heal itself because the body has to heal itself. There's no miracle drug out there. There's no miracle medicine out there. There are medicines that can facilitate the healing process. It can facilitate the healing process, but the body has to heal itself. The body's system, the body's immunity, the body's ability to fight back and to build new cells gotta kick in so that you can do the healing from inside. And God will do the rest for you. You know? But if you're toxic and you're laden with worms and parasites and mycotoxins and lead and mercury and cadmium, if you're laden with those, my friend, woe be unto you. Woe be unto you. You know? I really appreciate those of you who believe and you come and you're helped and you're healed. You're healed not by me, by yourself, by your body, by God and you. Because you paid the price, you make the sacrifices, you made the changes, you adjusted your lifestyle, you refrained from the things that you were told to refrain from, not by me, but by your own body system. Because when we find out what you need to not eat or drink, it's not me who tell you that, it's your body saying, because of the state that you're in at the moment, these things are not good for you. It's your body who speaks. When you come to us, it's your body who speaks, not me. I just interpret it. And you see it in front of you. When those drops go into your eye, that Oliver puts into your eyes, and it burns, it's not burning because there's pepper inside. It is burning because there's problems in your eyes. It is removing all the film and all the mucus and all the dust and all the chemicals. And some of you who've experienced it would have known that when you wake up in the morning, you're finding all kind of things coming out of your eyes. I put some in my eye last night. I tell you, if Oliver is watching, I did it. I put the first drop in my right eye, and it didn't burn a bit. It just burned a little bit. But in this left eye, it burned like crazy. I mean, it had me going. And then I said, you know what? Maybe I missed something in the right eye. I put it in the right eye again, and oh my goodness. It burned. But you know what? When I woke up this morning, my eyes were like, daylight. It felt really good. Today I wear my glasses because I have to protect my eyes from the glare of the television, glare of the monitor. But I can do so much now with my eyes. It's amazing. I can do, things I couldn't do before because I'm testing the product myself. I do that a lot. You guys know that I would. It's only the woman thing I don't try. I don't try the girl thing. If it's for women, I ain't gonna try it. But if it can work for anybody, man or woman, I can try it. I'm girl things, I ain't trying them. I want to change myself. I love how I am. I enjoy being a man. Those of you who don't like that, I'm sorry. I love being a man. Talking about being a man. Father's Day coming up. Father's Day coming up. Right? You don't really do much for fathers. Society doesn't really do much for fathers. That's a fact. Y'all know that. You're going to have all the people selling flowers out there with roses and everything when it's Mother's Day, and they're absolutely beating you to buy a rose to carry for your mother or your girlfriend or your wife or whoever. Father's Day come, it's like nothing happens for the men. Nobody with no flowers hardly. You got to look for somebody, You want to carry your wife to dinner for Mother's Day and everything, and Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, and you're done. It's like men don't really matter. That needs to change. Because men do matter. If it wasn't for a man, it wouldn't be a woman. If it wasn't for a man, there wouldn't be a woman. Exactly. Because the Bible tells us that it was the rib of the man. The rib. Right? I ain't preaching. I'm not a minister, but I ain't the pastor, but, And if it wasn't for the man, there wouldn't be a child out there. There wouldn't be. So you need to honor the fathers. Fathers need to be honored, even more than the mothers. Yes, I'm saying that. Because if it wasn't for the father, there wouldn't be a mother. If I'm wrong, y'all correct me. Right? But many of you fathers are derelict. You're not taking your responsibilities. I can tell you because I know. Many of you don't even know where your children are. Many of you don't even know that you have children out there. Many of you don't even know that you're responsible for that child that's out there. Many of you are molesting your own children. Fathers, many of you are molesting your own children. Stop it. Men need to take their rightful place back into the world. The reason why our society is so messed up today is because fathers are in derelict of their responsibilities. Yes, those things I see happening today with children, you think I could have risked it with my father? You try with that. We had no corporal punishment and all these societies that come up and says you mustn't do this to your child. I'm seeing this stuff happening and I'm wondering, you know, you are following those who are of societies that are wayward. My father used to cut my tail when I make mistakes and do the wrong things. There was a belt that was designed for me, hanging there. I see it every day, and if I misbehaved, that was me. Yes. And the wild cane in the classroom. I remember clearly. And we're still here. Those of us who went through that era are the champions of today. Because when we did the wrong, we were made aware that we did the wrong. And the Bible isn't wrong when it says spare the rod and spoil the child. So I know we all go with all that garbage. Spare the rod and spoil the child. We have a lot of spoiled children today because you spare the rod. You don't got to brutalize nobody. But you must know that if you commit the wrong act or you fail to understand certain things, that you need to be made to understand it because it's for your own good. You know? Some of you don't like what I'm saying. But if it wasn't for your father and your father doing what he did to you back in those days, you won't be where you are saying the nonsense you're saying either. All of a sudden you're talking about this organization and that organization and, you know, nonsense. You don't have to brutalize anybody by correcting them. But don't stop allowing them to be aware that they're wrong and that they're making mistakes and they shouldn't be doing certain things. It's a health program, folks. I really got carried away. I'm really sorry, but I can't help it. I'm looking at our society, and it's gone mad. It's gone out of order. It's gone the wrong way. It's chaos. I don't care what anybody says different. It's in chaos. I speak with the people every day, and I speak with the mothers, and I speak with the fathers, and I speak even with the children, you know, and it's like chaos. Crime is up because we have spared the rod and we spoiled the children. Crime is up because we have forgotten the meaning of humanism and care and love and honesty and integrity. We don't know what they mean anymore. We are sick because we have strayed away from the diets that we're used to. We are sick because we are money hungry. We're growing everything fast with chemicals and we poison the people. We are sick because we have failed to keep growing in our backyards. We are sick because we've become a fast food society. Everything fast. We are sick because mothers don't have the time to prepare meals anymore. They've got to go to work. We are sick because fathers and boys don't want to learn how to cook. They depend on the mother, and the mother is busy at work. So, nobody cooks. Fast food. We are sick because we don't understand that we are a product of what we consume. We are digging our graves with our teeth, my friends, and we are eating ourselves into our graves. That is what we're doing. We're consuming more alcohol now than we ever consumed before. We're smoking more cigarettes and other things now than we've ever smoked before. We have more cancer in our society than we've ever had before. We have more STDs unknown now than we ever had before. How do I know? I see it every day. I see it every day, my friends. It's time that we become responsible for our health and our lives and our children. It's time. It's past time. Seriously. And there's some of you who I know don't want to hear what I'm saying. But until it hits you, until it hits your home, or it hits your pocket, or it hits you personally, you don't realize it. You don't believe it. Until it hits home, then it makes sense to you. And I hear all the time, I never thought that would happen to me, you know. Or I never thought that would happen to she or he. Yes. Serious. Nobody is not saying, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have a little recreation and you shouldn't have fun and, you know, you shouldn't. But we have too much fun, too much whining and too much garbage to be called music in the society. Too much of the wrong priorities set. Too much of it. Focus on what makes your life better. Focus on what makes you not have pain. Focus on what will help you to live a healthier life. Focus on what will help you to earn an honest living. Focus on what will help you to be able to understand what it takes to be a better human, to love and to care. Focus on that. Focus on that, my friends. And things will get better. It will change and it will get better. They will. There's still hope, you know. Once you can hear me, there's hope. And you still have life. And pain is not normal. Pain is an indication that you have an inflammatory situation wherever the pain is. Period. I was telling someone today, you shouldn't even know you have a shoulder. You shouldn't even know you have a neck. You shouldn't. It's there. It's part of you. But you shouldn't have a pain making you realize that you've got a shoulder or a joint or a leg or you know, a back. Pain is a pain. Pain is disgusting. Pain is not normal. Pain is an indication that you have a problem, my friends. A discharge out of your penis or vagina is an indication that something is gone wrong. Something is shedding somewhere. Something is happening that you need to look at. Don't let nobody fool you. It's not normal, except for the ones that are normal. What are the ones that are normal? I can tell you. For a woman, menstruation, ovulation, orgasm. That's it. Yes. Or urination. That's normal. If you're urinating frequently, something is wrong. If you're having a burning, something is wrong. If you're having a white substance coming out of you, or green or brown, something is really wrong. I'm talking about the abnormal, the ones that are not what I just talked about. You see, you're wondering why we have so much cancer? It's because many of you are misguided. Misguided. Because what is normal is totally abnormal. Trust me. I know what I'm telling you. I was speaking with someone yesterday. We were talking about old man sickness. I heard that many years growing up. Old man sickness. You know, why is it old man sickness? It's old man sickness because it takes a long time before it takes a serious effect on you. And when it happens, it's almost too late. And it happens normally when you're old. Not because you're old. It happens when you're old because it took that time to do its damage. Not because you're old. No. Then every man would have it. Every old man would have had it. I know you know some old men who ain't got nothing wrong with them. So why don't they have it? There's some old women with nothing wrong with them too. Why don't they have it? Many of the women today have lost their uterus. Hysterectomies. Why? Why? Not because they don't want to have children anymore, but because of a problem. Something caused them to have to do it. And you know what? For the most part, it didn't stop the problem. They have more problems. Because when God made us, and He put those organs in place, He put them there for a reason. And when you remove them, you're obstructing the body's equilibrium. You're throwing it off. And you're going to have a problem. It won't be balanced anymore. You see? So I don't know, man. I just know that y'all got to get serious. But we're going to take some calls. I got carried away, all right? We're going to open the lines. I didn't realize it was only 17 minutes. We're going to take some calls. You have a question? I know I've blabbed enough, and many of you are sitting there with your hands on your jaw, and you're probably digesting some of what I said. And you should. And you should think about it. You really should. Good evening.
Good evening, Doctor.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm okay.
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Pleasant.
Okay. What happened to you?
I'm calling concerning my foot at the bottom after my knee. It's swelling. It's swell.
Really?
Paining.
Wow.
Paining me. So I've been to the hospital and they admit me and they do ultrasound and they say that it's clad at
Blood
the
clot.
back.
You have some thrombosis.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
well, they admit me for 1 week, they give me some injection and so. Then they discharge me, they give me some tablets, but I come home, discharge me, I come home and the foot, when I go to work, the foot still swelling big. But the tablets, that's what I had to buy, is 100 and something for the tablets.
But when you take it, the foot goes down.
No, the foot still swell big right now.
Well, the problem wasn't fixed. The cause of your problem was not addressed. There's only one or both?
One foot arm.
One leg.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When I go to work, the foot swell. Right now I got it hang up.
Hang up. Well, you know what is happening there. You have more than one issue there, in my opinion. You have a circulation issue.
Okay.
You have also a lymphatic issue.
Okay.
And you also have maybe a kidney issue. Okay? Even though you may have the thrombosis or the veins that are not functioning properly,
Yes.
you may have those other issues because the vein would not stop functioning normally unless something else went wrong.
Okay.
There's always a reason why things happen to you.
Okay.
All right. Now you're doing the right thing. You're elevating the leg, and
Yes.
you may. Do you have any other problem like high blood pressure or anything, or high blood sugar or anything like that?
As a diabetic.
Good. You're diabetic, so you may have some damaged arteries. How long you diabetic?
Me?
Yeah.
How a diabetic?
How long ago?
It's last year I find out, but the doctor at Woodland said that I have it bad.
Well, then that shouldn't really be the cause. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you need to have an investigation done properly to
Yes.
see exactly what the cause is. But in the meantime,
Mm-hmm.
I would suggest that you use a simple method that I suggest to people all the time, and it works.
Yeah.
Right? Number one, I don't know how deep a container you can find,
Yeah.
but maybe you got a bucket, right?
Yeah.
And you put some water in there as hot as you can bear it. Okay?
Okay.
In one bucket.
Yeah.
And then you get another bucket with as cold as you can take it.
Yeah.
And then you put it in the hot one for a few
Yeah.
minutes, as hot as you can bear it. Don't burn yourself.
Yeah.
And then you put it in the cold one right away.
Okay.
It won't get you sick, but what you're going to do, you're going to almost like shock the system to make the fluids move.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, that's external.
Yeah.
Okay? You're going to end with the cold. Don't end with the hot one. End with the cold one.
Okay.
Right? It ain't going to make you get no Bigfoot. People say you ain't get Bigfoot. No, that's not true.
Okay.
Right? What it's going to do is it's going to trigger an activity in the lymphatic system, and that's what you want. You're
Okay.
not draining fluids as you're supposed to in the leg.
Yeah.
Right? Secondly, get some lemon
Yeah.
and put it in your water.
Okay.
And when you're drinking your water on a daily basis, drink that lemon and water. And just keep an eye on your pressure. Okay?
Okay.
It's going to work on your kidneys.
Okay.
So the kidney can also help to drain as much as it can.
Okay.
Try that for about 2 weeks, and then you let me know.
Okay, Dr. Hayes.
All right? Thanks for calling, okay?
Okay then, bye.
Bye-bye. Simple solution that can make a big difference. Good evening.
Hi, good evening, Dr. Hayes. I have a pain in one side of my head, like for a while now, and it's constantly every day, but it's pain getting more and more. I don't know what is it.
Have you gone anywhere to get some help or so? Are you there? Hello? Oh man, did I lose you? Hello? All right, I don't know what happened there. Maybe she was the minutes. Maybe it was a cell call. But I would like her to get back to me. Good evening.
Good evening, Dr. Hayes.
Good evening to you. How are you?
Fine, thank you. But, I was listening to you from the beginning, and I think what you said, it was well said, and I hope that the government officials, all of them, the ministers, and including the president, everybody was listening to you. The same was well said.
I don't know if they,
And it's not that we don't know it. We know it, but I don't know that nothing can stop it.
well, the people who need to put it in place have to take responsibility to put it in place.
I trust God for them. And sometimes, too, they're helping because sometimes you see the government put out things, priorities for them to go and join this and join that. Some of them don't go. They're interested. Some will go, some won't go. But it's hurting to see, your young children
Yeah.
got to end up like that.
Yeah, it's a really sad situation to know that the youths are just being taken out of society. It is not a good thing.
Yeah.
Where is our future? The youths are our future.
Yes.
And if we're losing them like that, I mean, where are we going?
And what you talk there about your father used to beat you on the wild cane and the belt and everything. Okay. I am telling you, I know about that. I go in that field.
And you're okay today, right?
Yeah. Oh, man.
I don't know where these people come from and all this.
I like Rick. So I used to try and shape up.
There you go.
I remember with my little cousins there.
well, the thing about the father being like that, and not murdering you, not killing you, not beating you bad, is that you know that if you do it wrong, you're going to get spanking.
That's right.
So you make sure you do it right.
For sure.
And that's what we need.
Yeah,
we need
of course.
a device that will be there
Yeah.
to say, look, you better do it right, or else you're going to pay a little
I
consequence.
tell you, the thought part of the lyrics don't frighten me. I tell you, and my grandmother, when she would beat you, they give you 2 lakhs and she say, what are you beating for?
Yes.
Ask me a question.
Yes.
What
Exactly.
are you beating for? And you
Exactly.
say, oh, granny, sorry, do it again. You say, what are you beating for? She beat you till you answer the question.
Yes.
You say,
Yeah.
well,
see-
you don't do it again.
You see, those are the things that made those of us who went through that how we are today.
Yes.
Not because
yes.
we were not because we were bad,
No,
but because we needed that measuring stick to say that, you don't go beyond here,
for sure.
and
For sure.
it's out of society. We don't have any measuring devices anymore. That's why we're the way we are.
Tell you, well, it's frightening to talk to people churning when you see they're doing something wrong.
You said it.
Yeah, I can tell you
They
that.
tell you where you come from, who you come from.
You're sorry for them, but you're so afraid to talk to them.
Yes, yeah.
Then
yeah.
some of the young parents, I ain't want nobody tell my children nothing, and you
Yes,
know.
there you go.
But then when the thing really get back, but you could have tell me, how are you going to tell you if you don't want nobody tell your children nothing?
We've strayed away from the morals and the ethics and standards that helped us to be a society that was really good.
Yeah,
I remember at one time Guyana was #1 in the Caribbean, in most ways, we were #1.
yes.
I don't know where we are today.
Well, pray. You still got to pray for them.
Yeah, we have to. Anyway, my dear, is there anything else that you wanted to say?
Yes, what I really wanted to ask for is, I think I couldn't get you, but I wanted to know about the eye drop,
Oh,
69, and it's not too bad, but I still wanted to know about that.
the drops are very powerful and it's natural.
Yes, and
And-
what I want to know, if I could just come and buy it, or if I have to make an appointment to see you, or
You can come and you can let it be known that that's why you're there, and we have a very nice gentleman named Oliver
Okay.
who is very versed in what he's doing there. Like, will guide you through the process and even give you like a sample and help you to even see better right there.
Yes, I'm interested. I'm really interested.
So you call the clinic and then or you just go by,
Okay.
All right, but thanks for your input, and I appreciate that. All right.
Are you working tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, my
Have a
dear.
pleasant rest of the evening.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good. Have a good one. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, that's an old timer, man. Good evening.
Hi, Doctor. I'm the girl that called just know the head problem.
Yeah, yes, I'm glad you got through. Now,
Yeah.
now, you say you have these headaches all the time?
Every day, and it's getting worse.
Is it affecting
One
your
side of the head.
Is it affecting your eyes?
Yeah, a bit.
A bit. Now, when you get these headaches, does it throb like like it's throbbing like
Yeah, but it's only on one side.
on one side? All right. Have you gone anywhere to get anything done to see if there's
Where to go? It is what I have to see. I have to go and get a brain scan or something.
you have to do what?
I have to go to the hospital and get a.
Hello? I'm losing her again. Listen, take the number. The operator's going to put the number on the screen for the clinic. You call that number and get over there, and we'll see how we can, what we can do to help you to overcome that headache that you're having, okay? It's a pain. Good evening. Good evening. Turn your volume of your television down, please. It's not going to work out. Oh, I'm really sorry. I don't like doing that, but it's really hard in the studio. Good evening.
Good evening, Dr. Haynes.
Good evening. How are you?
Not too bad. How are you?
I'm fine. Where are you calling from?
I calling from Luzicland.
Nice. My mother was from there.
Oh, I'm Wazima friend.
Oh. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Here what
Nice.
happened. I get in a problem this like about 2 weeks now. My stomach, like in the night, right? My stomach feel kind of stuffy and it's kind of pain, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna vomit out everything that I might eat and let the stomach feel light and then go in bed. But afterward, my belly just keeps swelling. I don't know what is the problem.
All right.
Really going on.
Okay. Now, when you have a problem like that, it means that you need some attention. Okay? Obviously, it's either you have a condition we call gastroenteritis,
Yeah.
or you may have dysbacteriosis, which you don't understand what those are, but it's a condition that causes your abdomen to behave in that manner. You're not processing foods properly.
Okay.
We need to find out why and fix the why, and then that will go away. Also, at night, try to avoid eating heavy.
Okay.
Eat very light at night. Eat like a queen in the morning, like a princess in the midday, and a pauper in the evening.
Okay.
Right? You don't want to go to bed with anything heavy in your system.
Heavy, yeah.
Right? So
Like when you reach around about like 5 o'clock time,
Mm-hmm.
then it is gonna start bring up like whatever I eat.
you're not digesting. You're not digesting.
Right.
You probably have. I'm not saying that you do. It sounds as though you have this condition we call salmonella. Okay, where the food has been tainted, is contaminated with some bacteria.
Okay.
You need some help.
Okay.
Alright,
And then
so-
I feel the belly keep bloating up like.
Yeah, you have a bacteria there that is present, and you need to have it looked at. Don't try to fix that on your own. But here is what you can do. Until you get to the clinic or to somebody who can help you, make some spice and clove tea.
Okay.
Spice and clove, equal amounts of spice and clove,
Yeah.
and sip it warm. It has a way of soothing the stomach and helping to remove bacteria out of the system.
Oh well, every morning I just drink this warm water, right? But for a short time, like since this thing happened to me, I stopped and then I started back this morning.
Okay.
Water. I used to use a spice, but constantly like my head started to swing. Like when I go and test my sugar, then say the sugar low, because I say maybe it's a spice.
Because the spice, which is cinnamon, has a very positive action on your pancreas.
Yeah.
It helps to normalize blood sugar problems. Very true. Right? That's why you put the clove in there.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Try that. And don't do it often. Just try it maybe tonight, and then you see how you react. But you need to get to the clinic so we can see what is that bacteria if you're not getting the help. Okay?
Okay. I will do that.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. 2 minutes, 44 seconds remaining. Good evening.
Good evening, Dr.
Turn the volume of your television down.
Yes, Dr. Good evening.
How can I help you? Quickly. Time is running out.
I'm getting a pain behind my right knee. I kind of feel stiff.
Okay. All right. There's some information there. That needs to. How long are you having that problem?
It's like a month now.
Okay. Is it swollen anywhere else?
No.
Is it swollen behind there?
It's feeling like a lump.
Okay, good. Now, get yourself a heating pad. Okay? Either a heating pad or a hot compress.
Okay.
Meaning that you get a container with some hot water, put some Epsom salts inside, get a rag, put the rag in there as hot as you can bear it, take it out, put it behind the foot, and leave it there. Do that for about 20 minutes.
Okay.
Do it every night.
Okay.
All right? You need to get some information to move from there. All right?
Okay.
Try that and let me know what happened. Okay?
Okay.
Thanks for calling. Okay, 1 minute 31 seconds. Last call. Good evening.
Yeah, bless good night to you, my brother. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You are a doctor, you are a spiritual doctor, and a physical doctor. So you're a complete human doctor. Because the reason why I'm saying that, in between those two parts is the mental faculties. And you're explaining both for the spirit and both for the flesh. So you're a complete doctor. So with that due respect to you, you know, it's amazing to say, and I hope the government, them listening, deal in those in authority. Because we want to go around and get like them foreign country where they got in school and shooting up and these things. We're not supporting the abuse of our children or
Yes.
nobody.
Right.
But we cop appointment over the letter should never be taken out of school. That's why the children them taking the party teachers them now. And you know that, because it's a community that raises a child, a school home that raises a child, and a school environment. And
Yeah.
all three is contaminated. Anyhow, God bless this nation because it can be limited. And to my beloved wife Sonia, God bless you. And my mother-in-law, and God bless you, baby.
Thank you. Thank you for calling, okay?
You're on the right road. God bless you. Keep it up.
Thank you. All right. I'm sorry we got to close up now. Time's up. And I want to thank you for participating. I really appreciate you getting involved. I didn't mean to offend anyone. I hope I didn't. It's reality. We need to face it. But let's listen. Let's begin to love. Let's love and care and take care of ourselves and take care of our families and our neighbors and our children and our, our fellow man and woman. Let's start doing that again. All right? God bless you. So long. Have a wonderful weekend. Goodbye.
Looking for a place for the whole family? Come down to the Toucan Mall in Amelia's Ward, Linden. It's the mall that has it all. We have great food, a relaxing atmosphere, and activities for all ages. Tennis, swimming, and a playground. But the fun doesn't stop after dark. There's even a bar and an arcade. And if you aren't ready to go home yet, we've even got a spacious room for your comfort, complete with air conditioning, Wi-Fi, and a private bathroom. The Toucan Mall can also facilitate your event in our spacious conference hall. We also have a theater with films for the entire family. It's the